Hello everyone, good morning. This is Nia Vishka and the bulletin today starts with India to develop indigenous AI model with 19,000 GPUs. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman plans to visit India amid legal troubles. Andhra Pradesh launches WhatsApp governance for public services. iPhones to support satellite testing via Starlink with iOS 18.3 update. Google Pixel Buds Pro 2 update brings Bud return sound and ambient controls. Chinese AI DeepSeek faces criticism over performance issues. And at last, we have Google, which issues third Chrome security update in 3 weeks. Now, in the previous quiz, we asked you what is the full form of GPU, and the answer is Graphics Processing Unit. It's time for our daily tech quiz. Here's today's question: what is the full form of PDF? Confident you've got the answer? Drop a guess in the comments below and tune in to tomorrow's news bulletin to find out if you've nailed it. Stay tuned. Let's start with the first news. At the Utkarsh Odisha Conclave, the government announced plans to develop a large language model (LLM) powered by the India AI Compute Facility, securing 19,000 GPUs, including 15,000 high-end units. Surpassing its initial target of 10,000 GPUs, at least 6 developers have been identified to roll out the model within 8 to 10 months. These foundation models, trained on vast data sets, will serve as a base for AI-driven applications. The initiative aims to make India self-reliant in AI, reducing dependence on foreign technology. Now, the cost of compute per GPU hour after a 40% government incentive will be less than $1, making it the lowest in the world. According to the minister, this move comes as the US tightens restrictions on AI compute exports, limiting access to advanced American AI models. Once operational, India will join an elite group of nations, including the US and China, that develop and control their own foundational AI models, strengthening its position in the global AI landscape. Now, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman is expected to visit India on February 5, 2025, amid ongoing legal challenges. According to a Reuters report citing unnamed sources, his visit to New Delhi may include meetings with government officials, though the schedule remains subject to change. This would mark Altman's first trip to India since 2023, when he met Prime Minister Narendra Modi to discuss AI's role in India's tech ecosystem. His return comes at a critical time as OpenAI faces a copyright lawsuit from Indian news agency ANI, which accuses the company of using its article to train AI models without compensation. Several other Indian media houses, including Hindustan Times, have since joined the case. India is OpenAI's second largest market after US. The company is also battling copyright lawsuits from major US publishers, including the New York Times. Now we have Andhra Pradesh, which has introduced an innovative WhatsApp governance initiative, allowing citizens to access 161 government services directly via the messaging app. The digital transformation aims to eliminate the need of multiple offices visits for essential services like revenue documents, transport-related requests, and municipal services. Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu, who renewed the initiative, emphasized its potential to streamline governance and reduce bureaucratic hurdles. The project follows on agreement with Meta signed on October 22, 2024 to expand public services through WhatsApp. During the launch meeting, officials demonstrated how citizens can navigate the system and avail themselves on various services. Naidu also stressed the importance of cybersecurity, instructing officials to enhance data protection and prevent misuse of personal information. More departments are expected to be integrated soon, making Andhra Pradesh one of India's first state in India to fully embrace WhatsApp as a governance tool. Now, Apple has announced a groundbreaking update for iPhone users, allowing them to send or receive text messages even in areas with no cellular coverage. This new capability, introduced in the iOS 18.3 update, is made possible through Apple's partnership with SpaceX Starlink, which provides direct to cell satellite connectivity. Currently, this feature is in beta testing and has been available to select Android smartphones running Android 15, including the Samsung Z Fold and S24 for a limited number of T-Mobile customers in the US. Beta testers have started receiving notifications stating you can now stay connected with texting via satellite from virtually anywhere. After updating the iOS 18.3, iPhone users can activate the feature in their cellular data setting. At present, the service supports only text messaging, but future plans include expanding it to voice and data connectivity. Meanwhile, in India, Starlink has agreed to regulatory conditions for obtaining a satellite broadband license, ensuring compliance with local data storage and security norms. Now, Google has started rolling out firmware update v3.144 for Pixel Buds Pro 2, introducing a new feature aimed at improving user experience. One key addition is the bud return sound, which plays when the earbuds are correctly placed into the charging case. This feature helps users ensure proper alignment with charging pins. Another major update is the new surrounding slider, which allows users to manually adjust ambient sound pass through. This feature, available in the Pixel Bud app, lets users control how much external noise they want to hear while wearing the earbuds. The update addresses concerns highlighted in the previous reviews, particularly regarding the lack of feedback when placing the buds in the case. Users with Pixel smartphone running Android 16 beta will see the surrounding slider in the device details page under the audio setting. Google continues to refine the Pixel Buds experience, making them more user friendly with each update. Now, DeepSeek, a Chinese startup, has gained significant attention in the AI community, with many initially comparing it to OpenAI's ChatGPT. Developed at a cost of $6 million, DeepSeek has been impacted the US stock market. However, recent users suggest the AI is struggling with slow response times and frequent outages. Social media platforms are flooded with complaints from users highlighting sluggish performance, login failures, and system crashes. One frustrated user posted, DeepSeek is not working, slow responses and frequent errors. Anyone else facing this? Another speculated, maybe their infrastructure isn't strong enough to handle the sudden surge in demand. This criticism raises concerns about DeepSeek's reliability and scalability. Many users are now questioning the hype surrounding the AI, with some suggesting it lacks the processing power to compete with established models. Now, then we have Google, which has released yet another security update for Chrome users on Windows, Mac, and Linux, marking the third major patch in just 3 weeks. The update addresses a newly discovered medium severity memory issue tracked on CVE 2025 to 0762 in Chrome's DevTools function. The vulnerability was reported by security researcher Sakanna S, earning a $200 reward. Google security team has urged users to upgrade their browsers immediately as hackers increasingly exploiting vulnerabilities shortly after they are disclosed. To manually update, users can go to Help about Google Chrome, which will trigger an automatic update check. However, it is critical to start the browser for the update to take effect. While Chrome security updates are automatic, given the rising frequency of cyber threats, users are advised to install them proactively. Interestingly, Android users appear unaffected by this particular vulnerability for now, though updates for mobile versions of Chrome often follow later. As cyber attacks grow more sophisticated, staying on top of security patches remains essential for internet safety. This was it for today's news. For more such tech updates, make sure you follow IT Voice.